Boy, if it isn't Roma, I swear to God, Netflix has the last laugh every time I watch one of these movies. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of The Last Laugh, the newest film from director Greg Pritikin. It stars Chevy Chase, Richard Dreyfuss, and Andie Macdowell. So the idea behind the story is we got an old guy who is an agent, who's out on his luck, who's bored, who's gotten old, played by Chevy Chase. He finds a friend, his friend or person that he had hired way back in the day, played by Richard Dreyfuss. He convinces him to go on a comedy tour, and therefore Richard Dreyfuss is going to do a bunch of stand-up because he's a funny actor, so on and so forth. And along the way, Chevy Chase meets Andie Macdowell, and they kind of form a relationship. And also, Richard Dreyfuss's character, his son or whatever, played by Chris Parnell, doesn't understand why he's doing this. And Chevy Chase, his daughter, is played by Kate Micucci. She is just there to support him, but she knows that he's old and so on and so forth. And they just go on a tour, and it's kind of like the trip or the visit or whatever, where it's just two guys on the road, going back and forth, arguing with each other. And they're old, they're in the 70s, so there's a lot of old style comic humor. And I wanted to like this movie. I literally just heard about this movie on January 11th, so I looked at it. I watched the trailer. I'm like, this could be cool, so maybe it'll be funny. This movie's not that funny. I'll be honest with you. It's not that good. It feels like it's just two guys just doing whatever, and maybe that's fun for some people, but there's no story here. It's just, George Wallace pops up, Lewis Black pops up, and, Richard Kind pops up, and it's just, you think they would have something funny to say, and I just don't feel there's anything funny about this movie. I think it's boring, to be honest. I feel like that Netflix is just buying stuff because it has these actors in it, or they're paying a lot of money for no reason. And every time you get something like Roma, you get 10 other films that just don't make any sense, and this movie just doesn't make any sense. And I feel sad because I love Richard Dreyfuss. He's one of my favorite actors I've ever seen in a movie. And then you have Chevy Chase, who, even though he's kind of a dick to most people in real life and he's been made fun of for it, he's a talented comedian actor. And Andie Macdowell, I love Andie Macdowell too, but it's just, I feel like this is just nonsense and it doesn't make any sense, and I don't feel like it's a fun movie. So, I wish there was more that you could put in this type of movie, but I feel like Netflix is like, hey, Chevy Chase, Richard Dreyfuss, Andie Macdowell, George Wallace, Lewis Black, Richard Kind in a movie? Heck, put it in there. And some of the stand-up comedian acts that Richard Dreyfuss does is a little bit funny. There's some really funny, there's a lot of racist humor in this movie. And there's a lot of just over-the-top jokes, but I don't know. I just feel like this is a movie that was made just because they wanted to make something to have these two. It's kind of like that Las Vegas or, any movies like that with old people where they feel like they can just do whatever they feel like. And maybe they deserve to do that, but I don't know. I don't think this movie's that good. I think it's a waste of time. I don't recommend it. But, if you like these types of movies, you might enjoy it. So take it for what it's worth. But, yeah, like I said, I didn't enjoy it. But there you go. There's my take on The Last Laugh. As always, if you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Email enlapola138@gmail.com. You know what? Comment below. Tell me what's your favorite Richard Dreyfuss or Chevy Chase or Andie Macdowell or any of these actors that pop up in this movie. What's your favorite movie of them? There's tons of them. So, but with that, we'll see you guys in the next video.
The Zen philosopher Basho once wrote, "A flute with no holes is not a flute. And a donut with no hole is a Danish." He's a funny guy.